The voters of Broward County voted to tax themselves for improvements to their schools across the district. Florida TaxWatch monitors the progress of the SMART program each quarter, and here's the latest Florida TaxWatch report.
The SMART program is an acronym for Safety, Music and Arts, Athletics, Renovations, and Technology. So the monies are used to do things like buy computers, laptops for students, refinish tracks, upgrade weight rooms, buy musical equipment, theater equipment, stuff like that. And the biggest part of the program is the physical renovation of schools. Broward County was experiencing a serious deficit in deferred maintenance on their schools. A lot of the schools were run down and needed to be repaired, and the school board went to the voters, and 74% of the voters approved the issuance of these bonds. So it's a very popular program when it was approved, and it'll generate at least $800 million to improve the schools. It will improve the overall quality of the schools in Broward County. The schools will be safer. The single point of entry projects have been completed at every school, and those projects limit access to the campus. There are a number of other security and safety improvements being made, things like fire alarm systems, fire sprinkler systems, ADA ramps and things like that, fences, and other things that make the campus safer and more secure. The technology spend portion of the SMART program is complete. The district purchased I think more than 90,000 computers, tablets, laptops, desktops, and things like that to comply with their standard of one computer for every 3.5 students. In reality, they're at one computer for every 2 students. The music spend portion is completed. The district has purchased more than 60,000 pieces of musical equipment. They've purchased more than 135 kilns. The schools that have theater programs, there's been funds set aside to upgrade those programs, and those are completed as well. Weight room projects are completed, track resurfacing projects are completed. And the 2 remaining issues are the primary renovations that are planned and the money to pay for those. As far as safety and security component of the SMART program goes, all of the single point of entry projects have been completed and have been for some time now. What remains to be completed is 100 fire alarm projects and 89 fire sprinkler system projects. And these are bundled into other primary renovation projects, so they will be completed as the primary renovations projects are completed. In the beginning of this year, the school board adopted a new schedule for the SMART program. The old schedule, which is the 2018 schedule, was predicated on there being 2 reviews by the building department of design documents. What the district found is that they were trending at 9 to 10 reviews and not 2. So the district looked at a new schedule. If they were to stay with that 9 to 10 reviews, then it would be probably 2027 before the projects are all completed. But assuming 5 reviews by the district department, the district's come up with a schedule that will flatten and extend the schedule, and all the primary renovations projects should be completed in 4th quarter of calendar year 2025. SMART program budget continues to increase at the end of this quarter because of additional monies that were allocated by the school board for the project scopes and the change order issues that we just talked about. The budget is increased to just under $1.4 billion. Now, the original budget was $987 million, but every quarter it has crept up. It continues to creep up, and like I say now, it's about $1.384 billion. Based on past history, I think it would be reasonable to expect the budget to continue to increase. And with that comes an increase in the SMART program financial risk. The latest financial risk assessment had three scenarios: a low scenario, a mid-range scenario, which is the most likely scenario, and a high-end risk scenario. This last quarter, the low-end risk was $580 million. The high end was $603 million, and the most realistic number is about $584 million. Now, that's an issue because the district has only placed $558 million into reserve to cover these cost overruns. So the amount of money that the district currently has in reserve is enough to only cover the low-end risk scenario. So at $584 or $603 million, the district would have to put additional money into reserve. Change orders are a concern for two reasons. The first is the average amount of time that it's taking to review a change order, and that's right now a little over 6 months. And the reason for that is the school board has taken the position that they want to review all change orders. The Bond Oversight Committee and TaxWatch have both recommended to the school board that they exercise their authority to delegate the review and approval of change orders that are under a threshold amount, and that's $25,000. The other concern with change orders is, and we've noticed in the last two reporting quarters, that about half of the change orders have been for either errors or omissions by the consultants. Now, ordinarily, change orders happen because of some unforeseen circumstance, but that's not the case here. And the school board has to allocate additional money to the projects because of these errors and omission. The Bond Oversight Committee has made it expressly clear that they expect the district to get that money back. The district staff is making a good faith effort to award SMART program monies to women and minority-owned businesses. The one concern that we've seen lately is African American-owned businesses are about a third of the certified firms that can bid on this work, but they're getting much less work, probably about 8% of the contract awards. So the Bond Oversight Committee discussed that issue at their last meeting, and what we found out is that African American owned businesses don't consider the district to be a compelling place to do business. What we found out was that African American owned businesses are not showing up at the pre-bid conferences, and under the district's rules, if you don't attend a pre-bid meeting or conference, you can't bid on the project. So the district, I know, is working hard to up the attendance of black-owned businesses at these pre-bid meetings.